Hello, Homechoir. Very, very good afternoon and a very warm welcome to a gorgeous piece of music. We're going to learn the final movement of Handel's funeral anthem for Queen Caroline, who was the wife of George II. And this piece was written and performed in Westminster Abbey in 1737. And the last movement is absolutely gorgeous. Just want to let you all know that from time to time, my mind is blown by a particular piece of music, and not just the music, but the connections that one can make with other pieces that were then to follow. And let's just say I was playing through the rest of this anthem for fun in the minutes leading up to this broadcast, as one does, and I got playing the first choral movement. And let's just say my tiny mind has been blown. I shall share it with you when we start the programme proper, but my goodness me, these classical composers, these cheeky so-and-sos, just you wait till you hear the opening of The Ways of Zion Du Morn. I mean, talk about a relevant piece of what I should be doing next week, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Just let me check that everything is working here, and that's a good start. The piano's not working. Lovely, so we've got our baroque pitch piano. We've also got our concert pitch piano as well. I've got the organ here. Good. Okay, let's go back to the piano. And if I press the magic button over here, do we have the wonderful anthem? Patchway Cathedral sounding marvellous today. Oh, you can't beat a bit of Handel writing slow and in the minor, can you? You really can't. I mean, obviously he does happy and major like nobody else, but just all the lovely clashy goodness, that's what we've got coming today. And there'll be more beautiful music coming up over the next few weeks. I'll tell you what's coming up over the next week, because, well, in a week's time we've got a very, very special broadcast, a 4th anniversary special, and you'll be saying, well, it isn't officially the 4th anniversary to the 12th. I shall explain all. Lots of things to explain. Oh, it's just it's wonderful for a teacher to have lots and lots of exciting things to share with the class. So I hope everyone is having a good day out there. Lots of love to anyone out there who's not having the best of days, particularly hugs today to Ruth. And I do hope that everything goes as well as it can. And as Susanna's been going through a very similar thing recently, just lots of love to all of you. Emma, very glad to see that your heating is back on. And Dave, an exciting trip to B&Q for a light bulb. I don't read the comments. So to everyone who's watching later on, a very good afternoon to you. I do hope you enjoy this very special piece. And if you are watching later, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It does not cost you anything. It's a simple matter of clicking that nasty red button. No one likes to look at a big red button flashing at you all the way through. So why not click it and join the well over 4,300 people who have done so already, helping us on our target to 5,000 subscribers this year. Oh, it'd be so good to make it. So help us on our way, folks, if you would. Do also consider hitting the like button, which again is free, and leaving us a comment if you're watching later on. It all helps with YouTube. It all helps with the algorithm. And if you are watching, can I ask you to double check that you're subscribed? Because YouTube has a nasty habit of unsubscribing you from your favourite channels. Don't ask me why. This is a common thing with YouTube creators. So just double check that you're subscribed. If the button is grey, you're good to go. Okay? If it's red, click it for me. All right, that's the message for today. Now, if you are watching live but not in the chat, a very, very good afternoon to you. As always, hello to Helene and Bill and Val in California. Hello to Sue and Tony and Sally and Annie and Maureen, and to Harry and June. Hello to Charlotte and Linda and Nikki. Hello to Huyen. Hello to Val. Hello to Katie. Hello to everyone who's watching. And then hello, everyone over here. A bright and vibrant crowd. Looking forward to learning some beautiful Handel today. Lots of love to all of you. Some reason it's not showing me how many people are watching, but that doesn't matter. We've got lots and lots of folks. And so let me say hello to all of you. Good afternoon, Alison. Hello, Anne. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Colette. Hello, Colin. Great to have you live with us today, sir. Hello, Dave. Hello, Eileen. Hello, Liz. Hello, Emma. Hello, Fiona. Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, Glennis. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Janet. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Linda. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Marie. Hello, Michael. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Nina. Hello, Patricia. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Susanna. Hello to everyone. I hope I haven't missed anyone off. And it is fab to see you all. Excellent. People are talking about the Mozart Requiem. Well, just you wait. As I was saying, this bit of Handel, more than a little nod to Mr. Mozart, let's just say. And looking forward enormously to hitting the road next week. Manchester, Newcastle, Edinburgh and Dublin, all within the space of a few days. With the small matter of a Vivaldi Gloria come and sing on Saturday. So as Nikki's already pointed out, 5 come and sings across 3 countries in 8 days. All good fun, though. Vivaldi and Mozart, I mean, how could it not be the most extraordinary fun? If you're joining me this coming Saturday in Backwell, of course, it's a day of singing Vivaldi with baroque strings at baroque pitch. And if you need a bit of revision, well, don't forget, you've got all of the teaching here on Homechoir. There's a lovely, shiny new playlist on the channel, which has got all of the teaching for all of the choral movements, and a very special treat coming up a week on Sunday. But let's get started, shall we, everyone? And, well, do enjoy this absolutely gorgeous piece. It really, really is. Well, let's start off with the B-flat Homechoir chord, please. Any of those notes, sing Homechoir, and we will start the show. Nice deep breath, and here we go. And... wonderful. And a very, very good afternoon to all of you. A very warm welcome to Homechoir. As it's Wednesday, well, we're going to be teaching you a classical piece today, although technically a piece of baroque music. You might think that I'm obsessed with baroque music, and you'd be absolutely right. It's such a wonderful style, such a wonderful era. The melodies are also absolutely beautiful. The harmonies are always spine-tingling, and today is no exception. We're going to be learning Handel's The Merciful Goodness. Please ignore the list of music, which I clearly missed when I was putting this shift together. That's from Sunday's broadcast. The Merciful Goodness by Handel, which comes from the funeral music for Queen Caroline. More on this piece in a minute, because it's actually really interesting from a musical point of view. Connections with pieces that were to come a few decades later. But first, let's look at what's coming up ahead on the channel. We've got I Can See Clearly Now on Friday. We've been putting together a programme of really uplifting, cheery music for Fun Friday over the last few months to really get us through the darkest months of winter. And I don't know about you, I'm starting to feel just the first hints of spring in the air. And so I can see clearly now the rain has gone. Even if it is still raining, we're still going to sing the song, more I think in hope than in expectation. And then on Monday, a very, very special song, one that has actually grown out of a behind the sofa submission, thanks to dear Liz, who sent us in a recording of Trade Winds, which is a really, really fantastic song. I've just finished putting the finishing touches to it, and we will learn the full song all together as a Homechoir song on Monday with Liz as our soloist. So join me on Monday for Trade Winds and more sea songs. Now, of course, next week, pretty much after the broadcast on Monday, I'm going to be hitting the road to go around the country and indeed Ireland to conduct Mozart's Requiem. But you will, of course, have Homechoir next week. And there's a very special broadcast coming up on Wednesday. It's our 4th anniversary special. And you'll be saying, but surely Homechoir, Quarantine Choir as it was, started on the 12th of March. Well, technically it did, but actually the first footage ever filmed for it was on the 6th of March. I put together some test footage on the days leading up to the 12th of March, pretty much waiting to go into lockdown because it was looking increasingly likely as we would. And so what I've put together is a mix of really all of the performances from the first couple of weeks of Quarantine Choir. Things like I'm Going to Sing, Sing, Sing and Erie Canal, Un Poquito Cantas is in there, Great Day, some songs you haven't seen for years and years and years. And I have put in that unseen test footage. Literally nobody other than myself has ever seen this. Anna hasn't seen it, the kids haven't seen it, and as you can tell from the title card, some of these bits of test footage are extraordinarily cringeworthy, but definitely of interest if you like Homechoir. So make sure you watch that. It's March the 6th at 2 p.m, our 4th anniversary special. Then on Friday next week, well, you're going to have a fabulous rerun of All Around My Hat. And then on Sunday next week, you're going to get the full Vivaldi Gloria with solos recorded by Katie and myself, all in order with all the scores on screen. It's our first ever complete work concert here on Homechoir. Very much looking forward to it. So you have a full program next week, and I should be popping in on the road to say hello. Now, very, very exciting news today for those of you who've been waiting for news of Sing and Send. We mentioned at the town hall and indeed here on the channel that what we're going to be doing with Sing and Send is we're going to be crowdfunding to raise the money to pay for professional sound engineers, Connor and Kai, to take your recordings and to make a wonderful, wonderful sound. And so we're delighted to announce that the crowdfunder has gone live today. You can go along, you can support us. We have set a target of £500. which will fund one of the larger tracks in full, and a stretch target of 1,500, which would allow us to do all 3 of the songs. The link is here on screen, but it's also in the description, and it'll be coming out in the newsletter this week. We're going to leave this open for 3 weeks, and if you are able to support us, it's really very much in everyone's interest, because we want to keep these projects flowing, and we want to keep them free. So that is there to support. It closes on March 20th. All the information you need is at the crowdfunder page. And remember, this money is not coming to us here at Homechoir. This money is going to pay Connor and Kai and the sound engineers and any extra musicians that we bring in to make you sound fantastic. So we do still rely on your donations. Speaking of which, if you like what we do and you want to buy us a slice of 4th birthday cake to say thank you, well, you can do so by going to homechoir.org/donate. We are 100% funded by your donations. And after 4 years, well, we couldn't be doing this if it wasn't for everything that you give us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget that everything you need, including the links to all of these exciting programs coming up and scores and more besides, is in our newsletter, which again is completely free. Go to the website and then click on the newsletter page, fill in the form, and you are done. And if you tell us when your birthday is, as Nancy did, well, we will sing you happy birthday. And we're going to sing happy birthday to Nancy right now. Are we ready? After 2, 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nancy. Happy birthday to you. Many, many happy returns of the day to you, Nancy. And to anyone else who's celebrating their birthday today or tomorrow, have a great one. So, everyone, I was saying we are going to be looking at this piece of Handel. Let's bring it up on screen. Here we go. There's the man himself, dear old George. Now, this piece was written, as I say, for the funeral of Queen Caroline, and it was performed in Westminster Abbey on the 17th of December, 1737. So Handel was a well-established composer at this point. Queen Caroline was the consort, the wife of George II, and she was much beloved. And so this particular anthem, well, Handel spent a lot of time writing it. He actually ended up reworking quite a lot of it at the start of Israel in Egypt. I just want to play you, those of you that are fans of classical music, have a little listen to the opening. This is not the movement we're looking at. We're going to be looking at the last movement, but listen to the opening movement. Listen to these chords. It's like footsteps. Does this sound familiar? And then the alto comes in singing, "The ways of Zion do mourn." You might think that definitely sounds familiar. Where have I heard that before? Allow me to just apply a little bit of classical era playing style to that. And listen to this. Same chords, just with a bit of Homechoir. Doesn't that sound familiar? And this bit's dum, dum. And that tune, Requiem Aetern. It's the Chuffin Mozart Requiem. It really is. Dear old Wolfie was a huge fan of Handel, and I'm 100% convinced, it turns out, looking around, that quite a few scholars are as well, that Mozart was very heavily influenced by Handel's The Ways of Zion du Morn for the composition of the first movement of his Requiem. Mind officially blown. So, back to the important matter of the day, which is to learn this fabulous piece. You'll find a score to the entire anthem in the description, and once you've learnt this lovely movement, do have a listen to the whole thing. It's about 40 minutes. It's absolutely fantastic. And, well, I think we should crack on and learn the last movement. Those of you saying Handel's a big thief, well, he was, but he didn't steal this. Mozart nicked Handel. And in fact, as we know, he did for Messiah, you know, and with his stripes we are healed. It's Kyrie eleison. But I'm getting away from myself. Let's have a look, everyone, at this last movement. And those of you looking in the score on the PDF, you'll find it on page 56 of the PDF. It's the last movement. It's called the Merciful Goodness of the Lord. And we're going to start with the soprano part. There is a mournful... Actually, let's do it at baroque pitch, shall we? With lots and lots of dotted notes. Because it's a royal occasion, albeit it's a sad one. So from there, we have a D minor chord. Sopranos, you come in on this D here and you sing 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Sing it with me, please, Sops, with a nice deep breath. And 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Excellent. And then you're the first part in on the next line, in the next page, and you sing, endureth forever, forever on them that fear him. Listen to those pitches. It's got almost a chorale type sound to it, hasn't it? So keep this beautiful and pure. Endureth forever after 1 and 1. Endureth forever, forever on them that fear him. Fantastic. Apologies for the mistakes. Trying to turn pages and play and sing at the same time. Now, our next entry is here. Okay, and this is typical Handel, really. We sing 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Okay, let's sing that together. And 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Now you need to grab a very quick breath there, sopranos, as you sing. Endureth forever, forever on them that fear him. So from endureth, listen again. And I would always sing through those repeated notes. So forever on them that fear. So we get a really nice shape to it. Let's go from endureth forever, please, sopranos. This is bar 18 and 1. Endureth forever, forever on them that fear him. Okay, so we're in the major at the moment, but we mustn't forget that this is a sad piece. This needs to now move back to the minor. So we do that, sopranos, via a chromatic leading note. We sing 1. And his righteousness on children's children. With me. And his righteousness on children's children. Then a lovely Handelian harmonic shift. And his righteousness on children's children. Note the fast notes on children. Okay, so from bar 24, please, Sops, and his righteousness, and 1. And his righteousness on children's children. And really lean into children there. Okay, so we get that nice whoosh on the first note. Then there's a little bit of an instrumental, and now we start a repeating section in bar 28. So basically sing everything from bar 28 to the next double bar twice. Okay, and we sing. The merciful goodness they really lean on goodness. Sing that for me, please, Sops. And 1. The merciful goodness. Handel answers. And we sing of the Lord. Sing that for me. And 1. Of the Lord. Good. And you can keep that D in mind because we're moving back to a minor again. Endureth forever. Listen again. Sing that for me. And 1. Endureth forever. And then we sing forever on them that fear him. Okay, it's the same sort of pitches going round and round, but obviously rhythmically you get some really interesting stuff here. So bar 33 is 1, 2, forever on them that fear him. Okay, let's sing that together. Forever. And 1, 2, forever on them that fear him. Excellent. Then the tenors sing, then the altos, and you pick up that note here, sopranos in bar 37, and we sing, and his righteousness on children's children. Such a Handelian line, so beautiful. Listen to the notes from and his righteousness, singing through all the long notes, all the ones that go across the bar line, so you get that absolute sheer beauty. So it's 1. Okay, bar 37, and his righteousness. Deep breath. And 1. And his righteousness on children's children. Then we go back and we sing as before. The merciful goodness. Deep breath. Of the Lord. Endureth forever. Same as before. Forever on them that fear him. And the tenors and his altos. And his righteousness on children's children. And then we have the play out, which is lovely. So that is the teaching for the sopranos, an absolutely gorgeous bit of Handelia for you. So let's take it from the top. We'll have the sopranos singing louder than everyone else. And I am using, as you know, some AI singers. Now, just to be really clear, what's happened here is this is a bit of software that takes my recording and applies somebody else's voice to it. So it isn't an AI generated voice. This is an actual person's voice that has been sampled and can therefore replace my voice, but with my expression and my words and so on. It's still very early days. And as a bit of Chinese software, there's quite a strong Asian accent in the choir underneath. Not that there's a problem with that. That's just as the technology develops. So I'm really interested to see what happens to all of this. But for now, it's just to kind of provide a bit of extra padding so it's not just me, as always. So let's have from the beginning. This is the wonderful, the merciful goodness. This is the soprano playthrough, and I do hope you enjoy. Here we go. Deep breath. 3, 4, 1. And 1. And 1. So nice deep breath, and 1. Deep breath, so it's the tenors, altos, and
His righteousness, and His righteousness on children's children.
and.
The merciful goodness
And 1.
of the Lord endureth forever. Forever on them that fear.
Such a nice line. Tenors, altos, and.
And His righteousness, and His righteousness on children's children.
There we are. There's a lovely little play out as well, but as time is against us, we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to look at the alto line now. Oh, it's such a nice piece of music, this. Obviously, for a very sad occasion. So, same as before, beautiful intro for 8 bars and altos. You come in here, oddly enough, it's a G altos. It's an alto note, but he doesn't stay there for long. Who do you think he is? Vivaldi? Pff, honestly. So we sing 1. Merciful goodness of the Lord. It's just Handel in a line, isn't it? Handel in 3 bars. Sing it please with me, altos, and 1. Merciful goodness of the Lord. Just enjoy that G to F sharp. It's a particularly nice moment. Now over to the next line. The sopranos start here and we pick up from that same F sharp and we sing 2, 3. Endureth forever on them that fear Him. Listen again. So let's sing that together. Endureth. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Endureth forever on them that fear Him. And then we sing the merciful goodness of the Lord. Sing with me, please, altos, and 1. Merciful goodness of the Lord. And then we sing, endureth forever on them that fear Him. Listen to that again from endureth. Okay, let's sing that together after 3. 1, 2, 3. Endureth forever on them that fear Him. And then we sing, and His righteousness on children's children. Sing with me, and 1. And His righteousness on children's children. Lovely, and then from that A again. And His righteousness on children's children. Okay, from bar 24, and 1. And His righteousness on children's children. Now, you need to think of that note that we just landed there on with the organ part, because that is your next note. We're moving away from lots of G's and A's for a little bit, and we sing 1. The merciful goodness, taking you down to your boots. Sing with me, please, altos, and 1. The merciful goodness. And then we sing of the Lord. Let's just listen to that again. Of the Lord. So let's sing that together for 1. Of the Lord. Now we come in on the G and we sing, this is a nice line, endureth forever. So starting on the G, we drop to the C, and then jump up for the semiquaver, and it's F sharp. So endureth, please, and 1. Endureth forever. And then this is, I think, my favourite line for the altos. We sing 1, 2, forever on them that fear him. That's a really nice line. So listen to it again. It's 1, 2, forever on them that fear him. Okay, let's sing that together after 2. 1, 2, forever on them that fear him. Excellent. Now the tenors sing here, and his righteousness. You need to come in here on this C, and we sing, and his righteousness on children's children, and his righteousness on children's children. Note the 2 different settings of children. The first one is quavers, and the second one is full. Okay, full crotchets. So from the C to the A, and his righteousness, 2, 3, and his righteousness on children's children, and his righteousness on children's children. Excellent. Then we go back to the repeated mark, and we need to pick up again from there. And then we sing to the end as it was before. Let's sing it all the way through, altos. It is a really nice line. Okay, so we're going to take it from the very, very top with the alto voice a bit louder. Let me just do that now. And I'm going to boost the AI slightly. Here we go, from the top. This is the alto playthrough for the Merciful Goodness. Do enjoy, this is a great line. Here we go. That's your notes. Deep breath, and 1. Deep breath, and same pitch, deep breath, and 3. And 1.
And his righteousness on children's children.
1.
And his righteousness on children's children.
Follow the melody line on the organ all the way down to the D, because that's your note. And
Merciful goodness
deep breath, and
of the Lord,
and
endureth forever.
huge breath, nice line this, and
Forever on them
Fantastic. Well, we hear the rest of that when we sing it all the way through. Isn't this just a fabulous piece? Oh, so enjoy singing Handel. Okay, right, so time for tenors. And as you can see, same 8-bar playing for you. A slightly more jumpy line just at the start. Okay, so you've got that octave in the middle. And so it is 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Listen again. One way to think about that is it's an arpeggio of B flat major, and then the octave, and then climbing. So let's sing that together, please, tenors. And 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Excellent. Then the sopranos start. Now, note there, tenors, because they come in on an A, and your note is an A, albeit an octave lower. So we get... Endureth forever on them that fear him. Now, you might think it's da-da-dum, but Handel's filling in the chord. That's a fairly typical Handelian move. So listen to it again from Endureth, bar 12 and 3. Okay, let's sing that together, please, tenors. 2, 3. Endureth forever on them that fear him. Now, we drop down to the B flat and we sing 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. With a really nice sense of pushing through, singing through to the note on Lord. The merciful tenors. And 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Excellent. From the same pitch, we then sing, endureth forever on them that fear him. So listen to that again. Okay, so let's sing that together. Endureth. Ready after 3. 1, 2, 3. Endureth forever on them that fear him. Now we go back to the C. Nice line for you here, tenors, as we sing 1. And his righteousness on children's children. Sing, please, tenors, and 1. And his one more time, and 1. And his righteousness on children's children. Lovely. And now here, you just got to be careful. As we go up to the F sharp, it's 1. And his righteousness on children's children. Listen. Okay, so from the start of bar 24, and his righteousness, tenors, deep breath, and 1. And his righteousness on children's children. Excellent. Now, this is perhaps the hardest entry for you, because you've got to come in on a B flat, and what you've got there is a perfect cadence in D, and you've got to find this note next. Okay, you've just got to kind of know where it is. The merciful goodness. On its own, it's fine, but when we play it through later on, I'll bash that note out for you on the piano. Okay, bar 28 and 1. The merciful goodness. And then we sing of the Lord. Sing for me, and 1. Of the Lord. Then from the same pitch, and you're there forever. Listen. Okay, sing that for me, and 1. And you're there sing. Forever on them that fear him. Sing that for me forever. Bar 33. Ready? 1, 2. Forever on them that fear him. Excellent. Now we then sing. And his righteousness, his righteousness, his righteousness on children's children. Okay, listen again. And his righteousness. It's 1. Okay, let's sing that together, please. And his righteousness. And 1. And his righteousness, his righteousness, his righteousness on children's children. Fantastic. Just watch out for that. Righteousness on children's children. And that is the teaching, because it just goes back to the merciful goodness, and it's exactly the same to the end. So let's take it through with the tenor line. And how's everyone doing in the comments? Marvellous. Okay, so here we go. From the top, tenor louder. Need to just make sure that's the case here with the mix. And do enjoy. Here we go. Deep breath, the note is there.
The merciful goodness of the Lord.
1, 2, 3.
Endureth forever on them that fear him.
3, 4, 1.
The merciful goodness of the Lord endureth forever on them that fear him.
3, 4, 1.
And his righteousness on children's children.
And
His righteousness on children's children.
if you keep that A in mind, and then think up a semitone to
The merciful goodness
and 1,
of the Lord
and 1.
endureth forever.
Deep breath, and
Forever on them that fear him.
and 1.
And his righteousness, his righteousness, his righteousness on children's children.
And
The merciful goodness
and 1.
of the Lord
And 1.
endureth forever.
3, 4, 1, 2.
Forever on them that fear him.
And 1.
And his righteousness, his righteousness, his righteousness on children's children.
There we go. Isn't it a gorgeous night? And now back to the beginning for the bass line, and then we will be able to sing the whole thing through. Of course, if you're watching later on, this will all be time-stamped. You can jump straight to the part of the rehearsal that's relevant to you. I always find, though, if you listen and sing along, maybe you're just singing one line against the other part, so you're having a go at singing everyone's line, you really do get to know the piece so very, very well. Okay, so G minor basses. There's a chord, a cadence in D minor, but we move immediately to G minor here, and it's 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Okay, so let's sing that together, please, bassos, and 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Excellent. Then the sopranos, and we sing, endureth forever on them that fear him. Listen. Nice Handelian line in bar 12. 2, 3. Endureth forever on them that fear him. Now on the same pitch we sing, the merciful goodness of the Lord. Let's sing that together, basses, please, after 1 and 1. The merciful goodness of the Lord. Then we sing, endureth forever on them that fear him. Lovely imperfect cadence there as we go via E natural. Just watch out for that. Okay, the E natural is the magic note there. So from endureth, please, basses, it's the last note of bar 18. 2, 2, 3. Endureth forever on them that fear him. Then the same pitch. And his righteousness on children's children. So brooding, it's wonderful. And his righteousness, please, basses, bar 22 and 1. And his righteousness on children's children. Now, our next note is there. We've arrived on a C sharp. We now need to get to this note here, and we sing 1. And his righteousness on children's children. Short notes there on children at the end. And his righteousness, please, basses, and 1. And his righteousness on children's children. Now you've got the same issue that the tenors had, but on the other hand, this is a bit of a repeat of the beginning. You've got the perfect cadence there in D, and we've got to find the G here. Okay, so let's just practice coming in on that note. One more time. Lovely. So it is from bar 28. It's 1. The merciful goodness. With me, please, basses, and 1. The merciful goodness. And we sing of the Lord. Sing for me, and 1. Of the Lord. Then from that note coming down, endureth forever. Okay, sing that for me, please, basses, and 1. Endureth forever. And then Handel kind of takes that idea and develops it. Forever on them that fear him. Do feel free to go for the D there. Bear in mind, it's only a C sharp at this pitch. Forever on them. Ready? So it's 1, 2, forever on them that fear him. Excellent. Oops. And we pick up the F here in bar 37, and his righteousness on children's children. So typical of Handel, isn't it? Okay, so from Handel's righteousness, please place is bar 37, and it's 1, and his righteousness on children's children. And then we come back in the merciful goodness, and it's exactly the same to the end. So let us return to the very, very top, and we'll have it with the bass voice louder this time, and then we can have a full sing through, and you'll hear how all of these magical pieces all fit together like a wonderful jigsaw. Okay, so here we go. This is the bass sing through from the start. Do enjoy. Deep breath, here we go, and
The merciful goodness of the Lord
1, 2, 3.
endureth forever on them that fear him.
And 1.
The merciful goodness of the Lord endureth forever on them that fear him.
And 1.
And his righteousness on children's children. And his righteousness on children's children.
Take a deep breath, and 1.
The merciful goodness
And 1.
of the Lord
And 1.
endureth forever.
1, 2.
Forever on them that fear him. And his righteousness on children's children.
Same pitch.
The merciful goodness
And 1.
of the Lord endureth forever.
And 1, 2.
Forever on them that fear him.
Here's the tenors, the altos, deep breath, and
And his righteousness on children's children.
and that is that. So, ladies and gentlemen of Homechoir, I hope you've enjoyed learning this one with me today. I'm just going to take it back to the beginning, and I'm just going to set the levels. So we have a balanced choir with all 4 parts singing equally and balanced across the sound field as well. And we'll sing it including that wonderful little outro, which you've just got to remember, this is the last thing in the anthem. Remember, dear Queen Caroline was very much beloved. And so you've got to imagine Westminster Abbey thronged with mourners, and this incredible anthem, 40 minutes of Handel at his very best, so influential that no less than Mozart was, shall we say, influenced by this anthem. So let's take it from the very beginning. I hope you've enjoyed learning it. Don't forget the like button if you have, and the subscribe button. And here is your full playthrough. Enjoy. Well, there you are, everyone. I do hope you enjoyed learning that gorgeous bit of Handel. It fits in so beautifully with all the other music by that wonderful composer that we love so much. Things like Lascia Ch'io Pianga, and of course Let Justice and Judgment, and possibly a future Sing and Send. But before we get to that, well, please do bear in mind we are singing and sending and raising money to mix the final results over there on Crowdfunder. If you can support that, please, please, please do. The link is in the description. We want to raise enough to mix 3 great songs which you've voted for, and then, well, if we make more than our target, then we can mix more. Now, I also need to let you know that we've had a very kind donation to fund a complete recording of Fly Me to the Moon, and that will be announced officially in a couple of weeks' time. But we're going to be doing that one in aid of a fantastic charity for reasons that I will explain. But that has been fully paid for, including sheet music for it. So that is one Sing and Send already funded by a very, very generous donor. And there are more people who I know have contacted us saying they want to fund a complete performance. So thank you to everyone who's done that. So I will see you on Fun Friday, and in fact I will be able to see clearly now because the rain will be gone. We'll sing some really, really cheery numbers, and I will look forward enormously to seeing you then. So if you have enjoyed today, do remember, thumbs up, subscribe, and send it to everyone who you know who loves Handel, because, well, who doesn't love a bit of Handel on a Wednesday? Take care, Homechoir. See you soon. All the best. Bye.